I couldn't give a fuck if somebody who I don't know and never will meet thinks I'm a piece of shit. I don't give a flying fuck. I think it must be incredibly frustrating right now for alternative artists. Very difficult to be heard. I just feel like the shiny, happy people continue to sell records, and because they don't create any discomfort, they make us all feel comfortable and safe. We all know the lyrics to Shake It Off. Ed Sheeran's a lovely dude. He doesn't threaten anybody. Everyone's comfortable and happy. But I do miss hearing from the fragile. I miss hearing from the broken and the dark and the twisted and the less popular points of view. I miss that. And I feel like in the 90s that was given some breathing room. It was given airspace. It was supported by media. And now that it's not at all, and we're not hearing any counter arguments or perspectives. And that I think is sad for all of us. It's almost impossible for bands to survive because record companies don't want to sign them. I mean, I don't need to lecture to you. You're a music journalist, you know your stuff. But, like in the 70s, there were incredible record A&R people who really looked after their artists and put their reputations behind them. And now in record labels, the people that work there, first of all, know very little about music, and they're scared for their jobs. So they will sell their artists out in a heartbeat. So the whole system is rotten to its core. And as it crumbles, hopefully something new is going to emerge that will readdress the balance that we're currently, things are so twisted right now. Yeah, I think people, and understandably so, get really tweaked by inaccuracies written about them in the media, and they go to town. I mean, I think some of them lose their minds literally over it. Quite frankly, I couldn't give a fuck. I couldn't give a fuck if somebody who I don't know and never will meet thinks I'm a piece of shit. I don't give a flying fuck. You can think I'm an idiot, I don't care. Whereas I think if you're a younger artist, that can really fuck with you, and really upset you. And yeah, I think as a result, we're getting to a point in our culture where people don't want to talk. They don't want to put themselves, but their weight behind anything for fear of being laughed at, for fear of being a cliche, for being wrong, for being unpopular, blah, blah, blah. I understand Radio 1 want to sell records to those who are buying records, and predominantly that's a younger audience. They don't play Garbage because we are too old for their demographic. I get it, I understand it, it's business. At the same time, I think it's really sad that we don't value artists. When we start policing what gets heard and what gets seen, it gets a little scary. It gets into a little dark area, which I think we all as people need to be very careful of. The fact is, things have definitely gone back in the last sort of decade or so because women haven't been vigilant. Human rights are about vigilance. I don't think young women right now are fully appreciative of that. It saddens me a little, but I understand it's cyclical. Culture's cyclical, and ultimately it's up to each generation to get what they want. If they're happy, then I guess they're happy. That's fair enough. I think if people understood the economics of streaming, they would maybe be a little more sympathetic to an artist's plight. But that's life. There's no point in whining on about it. I mean, I think ultimately something will get done because it's a crime spree. And I don't think people fully understand that the record companies continue to make insane amounts of money. They strike these deals with streaming companies. I mean, it's a fucking racket. But it's early days, and I think that will get changed. And sooner or later, hopefully the balance will be addressed. But for now, it's a crime spree.